I'm
Just
about to
read the
go
book.
live.
Read the book.
I'm about to go live.
The intro and everything. I need to get up on that.
Peace, family. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but you Coolin With the Completist. I'm with my brother Spawn Prince and my brother Mongo the Outcast. You know, and we gonna do what we do. We're gonna drop some news on you. Gonna drop some these unveil these hauls on you, and we're gonna talk some any miscellaneous topics for real. But we was just discussing Batman and how they show him on film. You know, and honestly, we've talked about this before, you know, and I feel like Batman hasn't been really done great in history except for by two people. And those two people is Michael Keaton, and Ben Affleck. Now, Batman, like I was just saying to my friends right here, there's nothing realistic about him. So all this modernizing of him on film is annoying. You know, it takes away from who he is, and it makes a lot of the shit look uncompelling, not non-compelling. Now we have the Dark Knight series. I enjoyed the first one when he went against Ra's al Ghul. You know what I'm saying? That one was dope. That was a dope film. Then the next two, when he had Heath Ledger playing Joker, Joker took over because, like I said, there was nothing impressive or nothing in that film that Batman did that made you say, he raw as fuck. It was just the Heath Ledger show. Then you got the third film. Tom Hardy is playing Bane. His voice is damn near iconic in that goddamn film. You know what I'm saying? He took over the show. There was and then he whooped Batman ass like he was a stepchild. Like he fucked him up. Like we have never seen Batman get fucked up like that on film. And I get what they were trying to do, but it didn't really it didn't get people like me to respect the character being played. You feel what I'm saying? Because they didn't do him right. He wasn't showing us Batman. And then he took a damn near decade hiatus. What the hell type of hero is this? Gotham is shit.
My thing with how they portray the Dark Knight movies, I felt like they were portrayed the same way the comic books are portrayed. My honest opinion. And that being said, when people go back Batman comics, my brother Mongol is a Joker fan. He's probably the biggest Joker fan. That's his favorite character. Darkseid is another one of his characters. He buys Batman books simply because Joker is in the books. And if you know Joker is in any book, it's going to be a Joker story. It's going to be a Joker event. It's going to be a Joker storyline. Joker takes it up. He takes it over. That's why we read and we buy Batman books. We don't, and I just was telling my completionist, I was just telling you that. I don't have a collection of Batman. But I do, as I look around, I have a lot of Batman. But it's not because of him. It's because of the world around him. Robin, Red Hood, Solomon Grundy, his rogue gallery. I buy Batman because of everything else around him, not because of specifically him. That's the same reason people want to go see the Dark Knight trilogy.
I respect that.
People want to go see it. People want to go see it because it was the Heath Ledger show. People want to go see it because it was the Tom Hardy show. They didn't go see it because of Christian Bale. They went to go see it because of the other people. And the other people get his villains right like they were supposed to.
But the thing about that is, you know, it sounds so great coming from you and you saying that, man. But when you talk to fans, man, I've heard people. I just told you about my video I just posted on TikTok, bro. If you go and look at these comments, man, you will see a lot of these Bale fans, bro. They try to come for my neck.
They're Bale fans. They're different. They're a small percentage of actual DC fans like myself. They're just Bale fans. But overall, when you ask somebody like, "Oh, well, why was Dark Knight your favorite Batman of the trilogy? Why was Dark Knight your favorite?" Almost 90-something%. If you ask 10 people, 9 of them people are gonna say because of Heath Ledger. Woo! Maybe 1 or 2 people will be like, "Oh, because I just genuinely love Batman." You might get like 1 or 2 people for that, but everybody else will be like, "Oh, I love that series because of Heath Ledger."
Upstairs.
I love Dark Knight Rising because of Tom Hardy. Like 1 or 2 people. Amar, our friend Amar, his reason is because of Bane. He loved that series because of Bane, not because of no other reason. No other reason other than that. Myself, I loved it because of Ra's al Ghul. No other reason than that.
Ra's al Ghul killed that shit. Yeah, that was a dope film.
That was it. People, there's a difference between the people that are the Batman fans and the people that are the Batman Rogue Gallery fans, myself included. I am a Rogue Gallery fan. I love Batman's Rogue Gallery. That's my thing. Same with Superman. I like Superman's Rogue Gallery more than I like Superman. To be honest with you.
Hey man, you know the thing about like, and you know when I brought up, you know, because you talk about like we made a show about the movie The Batman that just came out, and we was talking about his portrayal, Robert Pattinson's portrayal, and it's just like it's almost like they're more worried about who's playing the character of Batman than Batman actually being played perfectly. You feel what I'm saying?
Because they don't want that. They don't care about that because it's not. Again, it's not about Batman. He's not. His title, his name is what's going to draw the attention to bring in the money. But who stole that show? And Robert Pattinson, Penguin.
Yeah,
that was the Penguin show. You see what I'm saying?
Colin Farrell. Yeah, Colin Farrell killed that shit.
And if you look at all the Batman throughout history, when you look at everybody that's played Batman, was it really about them, or was it always about the actor, the villain?
Yeah, it was most of the time was about the villain. Yeah,
Jim Carrey, Riddler, Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. You know,
yeah, big name actors. Yeah, big name actors.
It was always the villains because again, you cannot have a good hero unless you have a more iconic and better villain. Everybody wanted to see the Avengers. We was all loving the Avengers. But the only reason a lot of us stuck through it and because we was already invested into it was to see Thanos.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So after your second viewing of Thor: Love and Thunder and you saying this right now, how do you feel about the film?
Wait, he saw it twice?
I seen it twice.
You seen it twice?
I saw it once and was completely disgusted to the point to where I can if the first time I saw it, if I had the ability to vomit under my own free will, I would have. That's how bad it was for me. If I had 4 arms like Goro, that should have had 4 thumbs down type of deal, like Dave Chappelle said. My second time seeing it and having to go in with the mindset of I got to turn off the comic book fan in me that actually read Jason Aaron's portrayal of what they're trying to do here. I still couldn't really like it because I'm like, for me, it was like, all right, I look at it like this: when I went to go see, like when you go see a Jim Carrey movie, whatever, regardless of what the movie was, Mask, Liar, Bruce Almighty. Going to see a Jim Carrey movie, you knew you was going to see a Jim Carrey movie, and it was going to be comedy. It was going to be funny. I'm going to see a Thor movie with probably what's considered in comic books to be his most violent, sinister, and deadliest villain, Gore the God Butcherer, who literally kills gods, and his name has Butcher in it. Okay, he is the villain version of Kratos. Okay, that is what he is. Going to see a movie with this character in it, I felt like this. I never expected it. If you look at him in the book, it's like, why is he cracking jokes and laughing and doing this stuff? This is not Gore. What is this?
He was supposed to be like maniacal.
I understood. No, I didn't want maniacal. I wanted what he was in the book. I wanted that sinister shit. He was when they announced it, before we even knew all of that, when they announced it that he was going to be the villain, I was like, oh, he about to kill this. He about to be. Everybody keeps saying Thanos and Killmonger are number 1 and 2. He easily about to be either number 3 or he about to overshadow one of them. Easily. Nope.
But honestly though, he easily had the best fight scene out of the villains though. Then Gore had the best fight scenes out of the villains, man. I gotta say that it was fire, man. His fight against Jane and Thor was fire. I enjoyed that shit. And that shit, and mind you, this is the same Bale that gave us terrible choreography in Dark Knight Rises, and he did better as Gore.
My bad. I'm allergic to bullshit.
Man, you know it.
You could not live
Damn,
with your
man,
own
damn
failures.
What?
And where does that bring back to me?
Man,
was
look.
the best fight scene.
I mean, I'm not talking about. I mean, besides Thanos, I'm talking about like when you show like in this phase that we've gotten so far in this phase.
I thought you were
yeah.
saying
Besides
MCU. I'm like,
no.
Is easily Thanos versus the Trinity.
No, because I still fuck with that Winter Soldier fight scene still. You know what I'm saying? The Captain Winter Soldier fight scene.
That's second.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
It go Thanos versus the Trinity, Winter Soldier, Airport, Civil War Airport. That's them the three.
That's the best three. I agree.
The best three.
I agree. I enjoyed the fight scene between T'Challa and M'Baku. You know what I'm saying? And Black Panther. That was a dope fight scene.
I liked it. T'Challa and Killmonger a little more. Original, not when they was in the suit.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Fight. Yeah. What is it called? The ceremonial fight.
Yeah. When he almost sunned my name.
But with the Thor Love and Thunder, man, it was a rom-com, man. This was a superhero rom-com. It was a romance comedy.
Well, this ain't Love and Thunder, so you know what I mean.
It literally you take your girl to see it.
I think about it, like it do say Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Take your girl to see it. The Thunderbolt. Why did the Thunderbolt look so fake, bro? Why did the Thunderbolt look fake like that?
You know what one thing that they did like kind of shine a light on in that movie? They should hold on, let me finish. The one thing that they kind of highlighted in this movie is that every deity or every character that basically is in that range of power has a significant weapon. A weapon that was forged some type of way, you know what I'm saying, that is always on their hip. Even Valkyrie has her weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in that omnipotent city has their own signature weapon that was forged somewhere. I think that was kind of dope though. You know what I'm saying? That actually highlight that. And the same for Zeus. Even though his boat kind of looked, like you said, kind of fake, not like a real lightning bolt. That's kind of what I can take from it. Like they actually forged it into like a gold lightning bolt. You know what I'm saying? To make it look like, you know what I'm saying, actually be used as a weapon.
You know what I mean? That shit look comical. I'm like, they made the lightning bolt look comical. That shit was
Russell Crowe had me rolling.
Boat, bro.
Russell Crowe had me rolling.
Yeah. But I'm not liking
I get it though.
MCU at all.
I get it.
I don't like this phase of MCU at all. I haven't cared for none of the TV shows aside from Loki. I'm invested now though, and I'm partially about to say in a way I'm like I don't want to be invested. Only reason I stuck around this long is because I've been waiting on X-Men, which we kind of just got a confirmation of that. So I'm looking forward to that because that's all I really wanted. But I'm not a fan of this phase of MCU at all. It's like I don't know, Disney is almost like cash grab at this point. Like
for me, I kind of feel.
The beginning of Love and
I kind of feel, the beginning annoyed me. Like the first 30 minutes was a thumbs down, but but the rest of the movie I enjoyed. But the thing for me is, when I think about the MCU, you know, I like the continuity. You know what I mean? The continuity for me is we're looking forward to the climax of this continuity. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we do want these films to be good still. You know what I'm saying? That just because we looking for continuity doesn't mean that we have to get subpar mediocre work. I agree. I definitely feel you on that. But what I kind of feel like just think about it though, because the first phase people was kind of saying the same shit. Motherfuckers didn't even know that it was even a phase. You feel me? They just was like, they coming out with another superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for what?
My thing about it is because of the whole first phase, all the way back from when Iron Man, when Avengers came out, and everything that they did, Guardians, all the way up to Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying there was two sides of that phase. There was the side that was saying this is cinema and this isn't, and the side that was saying this isn't cinema. This whole second phase that they're giving us is basically living up to this. We're not cinema.
Yeah, that is cinema. I feel like
that's what
they
it's
saying
not.
they are cinema. I feel like they saying they are cinema.
They trying to say it, but they selling it.
Because this is why I feel like it. I feel like they saying that it's cinema because they're going by their actual, you know what I'm saying, like outlines. They're not going by what was already created for real. They're going based on that. Like they're taking some inspiration out of a lot of these stories, but they still using they own creative power. You feel what I'm saying?
Was it a TikTok?
That's cinema.
There's a guy that did a TikTok where he said that he hates the way DC do their movies because the directors don't really have any love or anything within the characters, and they don't really care how the characters are portrayed or how it turns out.
And DC movies or DCEU movies? And DCEU movies or DC movies?
DCUE.
Okay,
DC
gotcha.
Like Man of Steel, Dark Knight, and all that. So,
gotcha.
And like I said, my thing with that was this was what I took away from the first phases of both DCUE and MCU was they both had big name actors that portrayed certain worlds, which was great. I love that, you know. But what I took away from both was one, we all knew DC was a little darker. They was going because they wanted to try and humanize the characters. They wanted to try and make it as real as possible.
Yeah.
What I took away from that was DC's movies were more drama or thriller oriented because they were darker. They weren't necessarily more action. They were just darker. There was a lot more dialogue.
Yeah.
And if you wanted action, you watched the MCU. You wanted to see explosions and great fight scenes and choreography and stuff, you would watch the MCU. That's what I took away from both phases. And that's why I liked both first phases. These second phases of both companies are trash. Throw the whole thing away.
I do feel like also like a lot of the pandemic and COVID, you know what I'm saying? You got to factor that in a little bit. You do. Because, you know, a lot of you got to, man. Because I'm about to go back to when my Mortal Kombat came out. When my Mortal Kombat came out. You know what I'm saying? When my Mortal Kombat came out, you was shitting on Mortal Kombat too. Yeah, and then you shitting on that was my shit. I don't care what nobody say, man. I fuck with that shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I can't wait till the sequel drop, man.
The new Mortal Kombat?
It's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way better. Way better. It's gonna be way better. Man, come on. You know he coming back. You know he coming back.
We not, bro. You talking about the one with Scorpion's ancestor and not actually Scorpion?
Man, look. This is my point. That's cinema though, dog. That's cinema. They gonna do that. They not gonna give us, you know what I'm saying, exactly what we played when we was kids, man. That's not what they gonna do. It would be great. It would be great, but
I got 130 likes on a comment that I made in off which group it was, where they said who would you rather delete, Black Panther or Blade from history? And I simply commented and I said, if you delete Blade, you deleting all of the MCU.
Basically. I mean, that's what it started it all, for real.
Yeah. And people don't give enough credit to that. Blade 1 and 2 saved. If those movies wouldn't have been made, we would have no MCU today.
Shit, they should have stayed dark like that. That's probably what should have happened.
If they would have stayed a little dark like that, it'd been fire. A little bit.
Yeah. More blood.
But you know my problem. You know what part of the problem is? I said this before, but a lot of the stigma towards comics and superheroes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, the society just basically assumed that it was just geared or just made it seem like it was geared towards children. Mm-hmm. So when you put them on film, you know what I'm saying? That's why when they came out with The Boys and shit, everybody was so goddamn shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is all this gore? You know what I'm saying? They weren't used to this. Majority of them didn't read. Didn't
But that
read it.
wasn't because of comic books. That wasn't well. It was, but it wasn't. And what I mean by that is that wasn't because of your normal superhero genre. The Boys
Mm,
and the doorway for some of these movies opened up because of The Walking Dead.
yeah.
The Walking Dead series kind of opened up that pathway,
I
and
and
for that.
yeah, I was just about to say The Walking Dead,
But as
Preacher.
far
You
as
know what I'm
being,
saying?
like geared towards kids, you got to look at stuff like the DCU animated universe is nowhere near geared towards children.
They didn't get that. That's why now you see shit on TikTok. You'll see clips and videos on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter of the shit that came out when we were kids, and they will be like, did they really say that? Yeah, they really said that. This is what came on, you know what I'm saying, WB and Cartoon Network. You know what I'm saying? That all kids watched. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what I mean when I say it was geared towards children. The content and everything might have not been, it might have been a lot of suggestive themes towards children for sure. You know what I'm saying? Which doesn't make it for children. But at the end of the day, they always shoved it towards children. From figurines to action figures, comic books, lunch boxes, book bags. You feel what I'm saying? They always make it towards children. But they don't understand that a lot of the content is towards adult. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
But the go ahead, man. Get into y'all bags, man. Get into y'all bags
Oh
before
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, that's what we still let you start off for that. Like I said, then I'll be next, and then
yeah.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. All right,
throw his vote order after that.
all right. Well, I'm gonna start off first with my haul, man. First, I'm gonna go into this month's issue of Game Informer. You know what I'm saying. I always show y'all my Game Informers when they come in. You know what I'm saying? Game Informer, the new Sonic Frontier that's about to drop.
I want that bitch
You know
myself.
what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be
Definitely.
live as one.
And they and then it's been big news, you know what I'm saying? The guy in here also God of War 5, you know what I'm saying, is dropping in November. You know what I'm saying? Which means it's gonna make it a contender for game of the year. You know what I mean? And that means it's gonna be between that and Elden Ring. You know what I'm
no, it ain't.
saying? Man, Elden Ring is probably the only game that got 10 out of 10 in all goddamn categories, dog. That shit
Elder,
is crazy.
that I
That's
agree.
crazy.
I agree with that up until all the Elden Ring patches. When Elden Ring
They
first came
come
out, it
they coming out
said,
with a sequel.
listen. With Elden Ring, because I own Elden Ring, I play it. I've beaten the game
Hmm
9 times.
I ain't fucking beat it yet.
I
That
beat
shit
it
hard
9
as fuck.
times.
That shit hard as fuck.
That's what's up.
I
That shit
was
hard as
right there. I
fuck.
was like, this is easily game of the year. When it first came out, I was like, this is easily game of the year. By far, it's gonna compete with all the other stuff game of the year. The fan base, because now the Soul series is mainstream, and the
Hmm
fan base has now watered it down to the point to where now the game is no longer fun. And what I mean by that
I feel
is,
you. I feel you.
if you're gonna be a contender for the game of the year, you're no longer a contender when you patent to a fan base that basically made you take the game that you made, and now it's a totally different game because it's no longer hard now. When the
Right.
game first came out, 10% of the game hadn't even completed Omen, who was the first official boss in the game. Now everybody breezes through him because they nerfed his health, they nerfed his damage,
Hmm
they nerfed his movement, all that type of stuff. It's like, so now, like for me, when I beat it my last 2 times, for me it was really a breeze. It was like I even for the first time ever, I even did me a my best attempt of a no hit run, and I only got hit 3 times through my whole run. And the 3 times I got hit with by AOE's, I was like, yeah, they doing like the Breath of the Wild engine in there, and I'm all here for it, bro. I'm
Yeah, this is
pre-ordering that.
dope. Yeah, this is dope.
I'm pre-ordering that Sonic, bro. You already know I'm on there.
But they coming out with a sequel for that for Elden Ring too.
They're gonna have to either do a sequel or they're gonna have to do an add-on to it because they already killed their own game. It's like they made their money. Like, oh yeah, we made billions. Man, just patch it and water it down now. It's almost if they wanted to hand God of War Ragnarok the game of the year. Like
Yeah,
they really wanted
I
to hand
can
it
I
to it.
can get that. I can get that. That's plausible.
You
But
know, so
moving on. Remember, I told you. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to finish. I'm about to finish my Irredeemable comic collection. You know what I'm saying? Written by Boom Studios. I got issues set. I got
Mm.
volume 7, got volume 8, and got volume 9. I just got one more, and then I gotta get the sister series.
Mm.
But yeah, I told y'all my haul was short and sweet. You know, there's some video games in here. There's some video game news. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's gonna be dropping this year and early next year. You know what I mean? Everybody just keep your eyes and your ears out, man, because there's a lot of shit dropping, and you gonna want to get some of the shit pre-ordered. You know what I'm
for sure.
Okay.
saying?
Okay. All right. Well, y'all go ahead and step up next before we get to his bulk order. You know, I got 7 good books in my hand. Some are from the first few are from last week, and then this week. Yeah, but no, I'm putting off any further. I'm just gonna give it to you straight. First book I got here is The Ward from Dark Horse. Appreciate the wait. Okay, appreciate the first one.
The
So that's gonna
war.
be the Ward 3-book miniseries. And then my wife is basically in this book. Like, this woman is working in the hospital. She literally about to help this woman on this cover give birth. But she's a supernatural. They're a supernatural couple. But that's basically my wife. Black woman help people give birth. I mean, that's really why she reading this book. But I enjoyed myself because sometimes I just need that little salt sprinkle on the book. Is you can have a simple concept, but give this sprinkle a little supernatural on it. I'm all for it. Like, for example, a simple
Right.
concept might be like that movie that was on Netflix that kind of reminded me of this with the goblins or with the orcs. What was that movie with Will Smith and the orcs?
Bright.
Right. Cops, but you got orcs living around and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just a little stuff. That's all you need to make it more high concept. But yeah,
Real shit.
so can we,
I'm gonna have to get that. I'm
yeah,
gonna have to look into that.
and it's start to finish. There's really no dull moments in it. I will say that. Then I had to get my Ghost Rider. It was some trouble, but I had to get the Ghost Rider. Started to pick up and enjoy this series.
That man.
Crimson Rain. Happy I got this. I had to go to a couple of shops to get this.
Ooh, is that the last one?
Last one.
Mm-mm-mm.
Can't we just see how this finished? This actually kind of made me want to read
Let me see that. Let me see that cover. Let me see that
kind
cover.
of made me want to read the tie-ins.
Whew.
But yeah, I'm enjoying. I appreciate my Crimson Rain.
Man,
Okay,
you can't go wrong with Star Wars.
right. Then this week, Superman
Go.
world without Superman. So we're gonna see how that works. World without Superman. It's almost ideal. No, I'm joking.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, nobody cares what my little man's got going on right here.
Right, what the hell?
Like, it's a whole Robin suit, but he got the S on this in the corner where Robin should be at. But besides next, then we got, of course, some Daredevil in there. Had to get Daredevil. So we see
the man,
about,
the man without fear.
Right, number one. And then this is the second time I did this. But when it comes to a book, I don't know nothing about. I literally seen it on the shelf, didn't read the synopsis online or none of that. I just grabbed it because it was Image, and there's enough on the cover to get me interested. But this here is Impact Winter. I was like, okay, let me see what that's
about. Man, that shit look dope as hell.
Man,
I ought to cop that too.
Right?
Is that Man Bat?
Basically, man, we're gonna find out, nigga. We're gonna find out real quick.
Man,
I'm even willing to gamble stuff like this because it's the same concept I learned when I was doing film. Is that if a movie is good enough, you go. One thing can happen. If a movie is good enough, you could turn off the audio in the film and still follow it.
And still follow it. Yeah, if it's good. Yeah.
And then another thing I learned that in film is that like sometimes I'll be like on a streaming service and I'll be like, we don't know what this book, we don't know what this movie about. The the poster to the book look good. I mean, I keep saying the book. The movie got books on the brain. Look good. We don't know what it's about. Let's not look at the synopsis. Let's just see if we can find out what it's about as we watching it. So if
As we watch it,
then you can pick it up and stay with it. So the same thing with this. I'm like, if it's good or if it's really interesting or if it's dope, it's gonna grab my attention as I'm reading. I'm gonna figure it out as I go. So that's how that went.
Gotcha.
So that's 6 books. Last but not least, the last book I got was it's definitely an older book, 2017, and something I've been looking to get online and stuff like that. But I try to refrain from going online if I feel like I can get it in person. But long story short, we went back to Star Wars, and I got this boy right here, my number one. It's Darth Vader 1. So I'm really happy about this. This is one of the many books that one of my LCSs had. And they had a lot of Darth Maul, so I'm going back for Darth Maul. But they damn near had this whole this run. I think they had the 2017 and the 2019 run, a lot of it. So I'm gonna go back and see what else is cooking with that.
I think our little brother just commented and said the new Sonic looked trash. Our little brother, bro. Rello.
The fuck he did?
Our little brother.
This nigga out his damn mind. I know what that bullshit is. What that bullshit?
That's
what
our
you call
kid, brother.
Nigga said next.
He reactivated his Facebook to come in here with on that crap.
But honestly though, I've heard a few people, even in a few of these groups, say that the new Sonic doesn't look good, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People gonna have their opinions, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. But if you get an open world Sonic, man, you can't be mad at that at all, man. How you gonna be mad at that? You can't be mad.
Open world.
When we talk about video games, when we do video game news and stuff like that, we definitely should bring Rello be the main guy that we bring on here for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna elbow him first.
Got you, bet.
His brain is the one. Vader 3. I got Vader 3, Jeff. I do have Vader 3. I don't think my brother has it, but I have it. I do have it.
My man said he will. He will.
Let's get into.
I think I've seen
let's
it.
Let's get into a big boy haul, people. They came in here this week with these little hauls for y'all.
This motherfucker.
Big one. I don't know if y'all knew it, but Books A Million had a buy 3 get 1 free sale going on. So I went up there and picked up. I went up there actually on Tuesday when my new mangas came out specifically to pick up mangas. I picked up some volumes of My Hero that I was missing.
Okay.
So we got 2023, which it was all right. It was
man, I cannot wait until that new season drop, man. It
turned up here. It turned up when I got 24. They turned up in this one. I love this cover.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I like that cover.
I'm missing one. Yeah, I'm missing one book now. I'm missing one book now, which is 25. I've read My Hero. I'm up to date on it because I read it online for the stuff that I was missing, but I went back and had to get the physical copies of the books because I had already started collecting it.
One Punch Man tripping. I still can't get one. My shit.
We getting into the greatest manga and greatest anime series of all time.
Damn, is that a fact?
Of all time. Easily of all time. The big boy. The king himself. Better than Goku. Better than Saitama. So, the GOAT. And everything about this is awesome.
You said what now?
Classic.
I'm gonna give y'all Whatnot app, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, Whatnot?
Yeah, the Whatnot app where they buy.
Oh shit. The Whatnot app? What is it? What is that?
The Whatnot app I will explain to y'all real quick. The What app not is I'm gonna go
Whatnot app.
Boys. Yeah, Whatnot. The Whatnot app here for you guys. If you must know. I'm gonna just say with my Apple. I think I signed in with Apple. No. Nope, it wasn't my Apple. All right, so let's see. Hold on. It won't let me sign in. I need to log out.
I'm definitely getting the rest of this Darth Maul. I mean, Darth Vader and Maul. Shit, I want Darth everything.
Darth. Oh, so it's like, is it auction for everything or just for like collector type shit?
All right, it's a auction for you guys to see. It is live auctions. You follow them, and it's just live auctions all around. Period for all the things.
Oh,
when you first log into the app, it's going to ask you for all your interests. And if you put comic books, video games, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it's going to constantly just show you all the live auctions that's on this app that's going on. Period.
Yeah, I'm about to download that right now.
The reason I downloaded it, and this is for both of you to know. Prime example for this guy here, Spider-Man Boo. All his auctions start at $1, no matter what the book is. It can be a key book. It can be key. It can be Golden Age Batman, for we know. All the auctions start at $1. So, and then the shipping, the key thing is the shipping is very cheap on whatnot for both of y'all. So, as a collector of anything, action figures, sports cards, trading cards, comic books, video games.
I mean, honestly,
anything, Whatnot is a good app to download and have.
I appreciate you, Jeff and Spawn Prince, definitely for getting the people and me hip, because honestly, I only use garage sales, OfferUp, Amazon, and eBay.
That's basically a live auction OfferUp, basically.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely about to. I literally just installed it, y'all. Just installed it, so.
And it's just tailored to your interest. It's tailored to your interest. So, yeah. Getting back into it, I just showed y'all the greatest manga of all time. I don't care what anybody say.
Yep, Fist of the North Star.
We get into the comic book stuff. The first book being The Mystery of the Meanest Teacher. That is the name of the book. Yes. The Mystery of the Meanest Teacher. John Constantine, a graphic novel. I picked it up. I know it's like in novel, like small novel form, whatever, but it's like a kid comic book on the inside. But what I liked about it was it was a different take on it, because Constantine in this book is like, he's like 13, I believe. He's like middle school. It's like middle school Constantine. He's like 13 years old.
Okay.
And I liked the spin on it with like Morgan Maffei and all that. And like, we got a teenage Etrigan. What? This little teenage Etrigan. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a teenager at any point, but yeah, you get a middle school Etrigan, you know.
Right.
So I definitely enjoyed that story. It was really good. But yeah, it is a DC kid. It's DC kids. If y'all follow that, there's you got DC Black Label, and then you also have DC Kids.
Okay.
So, but I picked it up because it was a Constantine thing. Y'all know I'm a Constantine fan. It was a fun read, honestly. It was almost like reading a Saturday morning cartoon almost. Next, we go into Completionist, one of his goats. What's this on my book? I don't know what that is, but one of his goats. We're going to that Black Panther. This is probably my favorite cover so far of the series. Number 7.
That man.
That Ross.
I have to get it. By default, I gotta get it by default.
That is just a cover that's just
too heavy.
Phenomenal.
Man, listen.
We're going into some more goatness. We getting some of Mongol's goatness going over here.
Alex Ross collection.
I'm gonna get to that Daredevil number 1. We getting into that Carnage number 4. That boy Ram V did it again. I ain't gonna spoil it, but he did it again anyway. I don't need to talk about it.
It's that man.
Right.
I don't need to talk about it. So I'm gonna just put that down. I don't need to talk about it. So I'm gonna just put that down.
Yeah.
Man, dude, it really sucks, man, that y'all got these comic book shops all next to you and shit. And I don't have no comic book shop next to me.
That's crazy.
I'm envious of y'all, man.
Gotta build it. Man. If we build it, it will come.
Man, right, man.
What's the closest one?
I saw it. Prodigy #1. He got it.
Yep. This is
I'm
the
waiting for
second,
mine to come in the mail.
This is the start of the second series of Prodigy. For y'all don't know, this is the start of the second series. No spoilers, but yes, phenomenal read.
Oh, you see what he said to you?
I'm gonna get to that in a minute. No. No.
Damn.
No. The reason I say that is because Miles is Miles is gonna keep developing. They're gonna keep developing Miles.
Yeah.
Saga. Y'all know I'm gonna keep going with Saga. I know a lot of people is dropping it. Everybody complaining about it being too long, and it's sad that people are using that as an excuse. It was
that's not a good. That's
y'all. They was collecting. Y'all was collecting Walking Dead. So I don't understand. Walking Dead went through like 100 books. And I seen it I seen it all over the forums where people talking about when is Saga gonna end. It's like, would y'all stop asking stuff to end?
Motherfucker,
stop doing that.
Motherfuckers collected Invincible. That was 144 issues, not even including the tie-ins.
Y'all do know, like, y'all saying that stuff. Spawn is on issue 331. That means I own 331 copies of Spawn.
Right.
I'm current on Spawn. I'm not missing nothing from Spawn. I have no holes in my Spawn collection. I'm just missing variants now.
Motherfuckers just don't got no attention span, man. That's all.
At all.
Right.
This book here.
I'm looking for the #1 in that now. Since you said something, I just want to.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that, man. I gotta read it. Man. I ain't read it yet.
Listen, this horror here, James Tinian, with this title and this title, he is doing his thing for these horror books.
Nightmare Country.
Horror fan, the other one, Nice House on the Lake. Man, look, it's almost like he establishing himself as like the comic book horror guy. Like he's the Stephen King of horror right now when it comes to comic books.
Terry,
that boy Terry McGinnis. My favorite Batman.
That's the best version of Batman, and that's
the second best. The second best version of Batman.
The
second best version of Batman.
You see, hold on. You saw the goat, man. You you ain't had to put the goat down.
You talking about the drug addict? You talking about the drug addict right there?
Man, I don't care what you talking about, man.
I gotta read that, bro.
Subject 1, yeah. He don't have on that earth. He ain't called Superman. He's subject.
Yeah, 1. Subject 1. Goat still.
It started back up for y'all that ain't reading it, man. This is top tier writing for y'all that didn't pick it up and read it. This is some top tier writing right here. The twist. So
it's actually good. So it's good. DC Vampires is good.
Yes. Okay. The twist that they put in this book, man, is just like, wow. It was that good, man. I have nothing but good things to say about that.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
The big books from last week, because all these books was from last week. Yes, I picked it up.
Man,
phenomenal read.
Nightwing son the hell out that man.
Oh yeah, I got my copy back there somewhere too. I got so behind, bro. I couldn't remember what book came out which week. So those books in the other room that came out last week.
I just know I don't like Slade, bitch ass.
That's the only part that was iconic for me. I like the picture.
Cyborg Superman.
That was y'all know me, and I love me some Hank Henshaw. Big book. Man. My man's completionist said, "What was your favorite run of Batman as far as comics that you read?"
Right now it's Urban Legends.
Urban Legends. I'm gonna tell you right now to go get this Zardesky run. Right.
Why
now.
He look like, man? He look like Space Ghost.
He do, because there ain't no ears in play. Ain't no ears in play.
Listen.
That is a dope cover though. I like the way they did that bat symbol.
I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about the quality of this read itself.
What is it called
Mongo, you
again?
don't have it either. Batman by Chip Zdarsky. Batman 125, A New Era Begins by Chip Zdarsky.
Is
All right,
Waylon
I'm gonna check it
Jones
out.
in it though?
Because he asking about Waylon Jones. Let me go ahead and make him be quiet real quick with first page. Opening page.
Oh, that's the first page of that? I thought that was like a cover or something.
Opening page. All right. If that ain't enough to make Mongo go get it, I don't know what will be.
All right, so Mongo, let me ask. So Mongo, let me ask you this. So since I know that you a big Joker fan, how do you feel about Punchline? How you feel about Punchline?
You know, that's a good question, man. I think
very good question.
Do I'm going to say it was necessary or is it needed? And you know what? When it comes to the Batman universe, I think there's somebody new and fresh like that is necessary, and I'm more okay. You know,
especially since Harley ain't fucking with Joker no more. You know what I'm saying? He need him a new boo.
Life now. Harley sold the plant life. Yeah, Joker could use a new flame. I mean, well, you know, that's realistic. Or that's it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. She dope too. She be murking shit too. She gutter.
Yeah, she was retired as you know, what you call this be. So he kinda upgraded in a way.
Yeah.
They keep doing great with these covers for new masters. We got one more of this. But
that's Image?
Yes.
Man, I need it. I need it.
It's written by. Well, let me give y'all a little history on the three people: the writer, the artist, and the penciler and editor and colorer of the book. The last name that you see right here, the Y, is he does all three jobs. But all three people are blood siblings, same mama and daddy.
Dope.
Oh, that's what's up.
Writing, illustrating.
They're from South Africa, which is where they are still currently living and publishing and writing this book themselves to Image.
Cool. Cool.
And it is all black. The art is phenomenal. It is all black. It gives you the best read and adaptation of how black people are in modern day. Well, this is book 5. If you go read book 3, they actually break down the differences of how black people act versus African Americans and actual Africans, and how they act differently, and how they have different mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't even negative. That was the thing. Naturally, people, when you think like a comparison like that, you would think they'll focus on just the negative stuff. They don't.
But what do you understand though? Like as much propaganda that motherfuckers like to spew or claim there is out here between Black Americans and African people, you know what I mean? You would expect to see more propaganda, you know, negative propaganda between Black Americans and African people. That's why I don't be believing that shit. I don't. When people be telling me, I mean, there might be some people that have some type of feel, some type of way, or talk their little shit, but no, man, that shit ain't as big as motherfuckers be talking, man.
It's not.
Like we all the same for real.
Right, exactly.
The award, man.
Okay, yeah. So who are you reading it?
Yeah, I read the first one. I haven't read this one yet.
Yeah, because I didn't expect you to get it, but you said Lindsay reading it.
This is on
but
her.
You gonna read it too, though? Okay.
Yes.
Man, you said your girl. You said from her pool.
Yeah.
Man, wait, what? Y'all chicks got pools?
Yeah, whatever I buy, she read.
Man,
mine got
That's beautiful, gentlemen.
Me and mine sit up and we kind of talk about the books, and then like whatever she thinks is interesting to her, she just tell me to add it to my pull list and pick it up when I go pick up my books.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Listen here, boys.
Hey, I read the first issue. Man. I like it.
Listen here, boys. Listen, this is how you know you got a good series when you hit the first book and the second book. This series was originally supposed to be a 5-book miniseries. This shit is an 8-book miniseries now.
Okay.
It's good, man. So far, I read the first issue. I like what I'm reading. I'm about to finish the rest of it.
If you grab an Image Comics and you ain't picking this book up, and you reading anything of Image, and this ain't one of them, you tripping. I question your taste and your judgment.
Well, how Image coming out with these stories, man. They
the thing is king. Here's the thing. Image isn't coming up with the story. Image is still the only individual publisher where the people that write these stories present it to Image.
Yeah, they have full creative control.
So regardless, I'm saying, like, since it's coming out and being printed by Image, I love, because, like, for example, when it comes to comic book publishers in general, DC and Marvel been around so long, they got all these characters where they can print like 100+ variants and try to sell you that, and sometimes they'll try to use that as a scapegoat or to shadow the BS writing that they got going on in there. Yeah. But Image can afford it. They can't come out with books like that. They can have some dog art on it, but in the artist, but the character, you like, who the hell is this? Is he too new for me to have love for this character? I gotta come with a story because I ain't got much else. Unless it's somebody that's well seasoned, like 300 books and something like that. That's not a lot of that in there.
And like the new book that I spoke on, Vanish, you gotta think that's under Image. And basically, in a short version of how that book came about was basically Donnie Case picked up the phone and called Ryan Stegman and was like, "Hey, would you draw this book for me?" And then Stegman, he told Stegman about the book, and then Stegman was like, "Yeah, I'll draw that." And then they both called up an editor and was like, "Hey, yeah, we got an idea for this book. Would you edit it?" They told him the idea, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got y'all." And then boom, now they got their creative team that they of their choice, and then they go and they slap it down on the desk of McFarlane and Liefeld and all the other CEOs of Image, and then they was like, "All right, let's go." Boom, now we got a book.
Just how many crappy stories like DC and Marvel got? Especially Marvel, like, keep renewing and rebooting the book.
Listen,
and
Marvel
the
doing
ass because, Marvel, you know what I mean. So they might come up with a variant to make you, to attract you, but like Image, they can't afford that. Everything is
it's like this. Like that's a good example of that is the new Prodigy. You know what I'm saying, that they just dropped. It took them years. Just to drop. They only got 6 books of them. You know what I'm saying, before this new one just dropped. You know what I'm saying. You would think, you know what I'm saying, they will have more content of my man Edison Crane because of the fan base that he has. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, they don't have the money, like, you know what I'm saying, companies like DC and, you know what I'm saying.
That ain't really
they got a lot of shit out there though.
That's Edison. Prodigy isn't on Image. Prodigy is on Malar.
You get my point.
That's because he's done so much work that it took him a minute before he got back to Edison Kane.
Yeah.
So that's on him. That's not really on Image.
He was working on Jupiter's Legacy, the show, and
Jupiter's
all types
Legacy. Of shit. He got what the other ones. He got what Magic Order.
Yeah, like, he got a lot of.
Hold on. Matter of fact,
Starkey the Bounty Hunter. He got a bunch of shit out. You know what I'm saying, that he was working on.
Boy, he got all of this. The Malar collection.
Right.
Oh, and American Jesus too. That was hot. Like 2 years ago, like a year or 2 ago.
American Jesus, King of Spies, Super Crooks, Nemesis, Superion, Wanted, Kingsman,
but Nemesis. But that's the thing. Nemesis, he didn't even continue Nemesis. I'm still waiting on the continuation for that.
He's redoing that. He's doing more. That's on him.
My God.
But yeah, boy,
I feel you. This man, where does he be killing me, man? Like, where do you be getting this shit?
I don't need to talk about it. We do need to talk about it.
Is that Robin?
That's Superman. That's an S.
I'm talking about Superman, right here. Oh,
Superman and Superboy.
Superboy.
Yeah, I'm saying like he got the Robin fit on, but he got the S where Robin should be.
Right. Okay, that's why I was confused for a second. Like, okay, it looked like Robin.
No, that's
Tim
John.
Drake to be exact. Okay,
That's
gotcha.
John.
That's cool. That's cool. It looked interesting.
What a bike?
What was that?
That was a bike, people.
Oh damn.
Man.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Damn. Oh damn. Shit. Oh man. How did y'all feel about Orion being the new Darkseid? But we're gonna get into that later. That is a world without Superman.
That is I'll let you know about that once I hit that.
Yeah. I'll let you know how I feel later.
Orion was the new Darkseid.
I mean, but
man, listen.
The revelation though, like it's this.
You know, they never did the trade. Him and Darkseid and what's the name never did the trade for their son. So he eventually became Darkseid.
But does he treat niggas like insect and shit like that? Does he?
Nah, I can't see him doing that.
He got to be the revelation. He has to be.
I forgot what he said. I forgot what he said right there.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know after I read it.
Not quite, but I'm gonna give you this. He pummels John, and after he pummels John, his statement after beating him was, "Daddy knows best," and basically referring of himself, saying that he's daddy. So if that counts.
Hey, man, you've been talking about this Black Batman. Has it been good?
Who's this chick?
This was one of the books where when I got to like issue 3, I was like, I don't know where it's going. A lot of this book was I didn't know where it was going because he was still in Gotham. Okay. After the whole Future State event, he was still in Gotham. I was like, I don't know. He moves to New York. So like right now he's in New York. And he's got his own base of operation doing his own thing. And I honestly can tell you that reading this book feels like modern, like first year Spawn with how it reads. That's why I love it so much. It's like reading Spawn from the beginning again.
His ass need to go to Chicago or Gary, Indiana. Hey man, damn it. My damn laptop about to die.
He has the best haircut.
Man, this thing say he had the best haircut. He ain't fresher than my man from Attack on Titan. That lineup was crispy, boy. On the Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
That man is in there crispy.
Man, I don't, man. You can't trust motherfuckers who don't got hair on their face, though, man.
What's that?
Son of Kyle.
A new Superman character. We're getting a
new Superman character. I just posted about her this morning.
The Dreamer.
Shit, we got a key, nigga. What's her? Her name was Dreamer. The Dreamer.
Yeah, Dreamer. Yep.
Dreamer. Now we get into the weakest company of all. I still grab books from it though, but it's just because like they was last and they had a lot of the books. So we get into the weaker company, but that Immortal X, number 4, probably still my. That's definitely my still definitely my favorite. What I didn't like about this cover is because it's a bed sheet. I was hoping it was gonna be on the back too, like a connection.
That'd have been.
Hey, I was just about to say that looked like they was, you know what I'm saying, paying some homage to Sin City right there. You know what I'm saying? That cover you just showed, that looked just like Sin City, the first page.
Yeah. Get your Moon Knight.
Listen. I'm at issue 13. That's how invested I am in this. Issue 13.
Okay.
We getting there, people. The event almost starting. We getting there.
Almost.
Almost. End of Judgment. I picked it up. I haven't read it yet. The art is decent in here. Except one was there's a one page when I was flipping through it. I had cringed a little bit. There it is. Well, that boy, why Icarus look like that? What is that? Why he look like that? What the fuck? I was like, no.
That's a focus.
Hey, we can't even do my man. We can't do my man Icarus like that, man. Thor done made some faces in that gore art, man. That was funny as hell, dog. We gave it that some of the art in that shit was funny as hell.
Here's a big book. I felt like everybody should have picked up. The Thick Boy, the Gala. Everybody fresh to death in this motherfucker.
Damn, man.
Is that I was just about to say
this week?
Is that Emma Frost?
It's basically they just had like, you know, they had like a little like red carpet event for the.
That's why that's why it's called Gala.
Yep.
Like
they
little
wearing crazy ass outfits.
Tony Stark and Forge and Xavier and them. The Marvel universe came out in full throes, and you know.
I know my man Zemo had to show up. He the drip god.
No, I'm trying to see if he's in here. Zemo straight, but I'm trying to see.
I ain't see his fit. You ain't see
Zemo? Zemo was straight.
Baron Zemo, stay fresh.
I'm still stuck on Doom and Colossus. Them niggas going
crazy.
Boy,
Doom had the best fit this year. Doom.
My nigga crazy, dog.
Hey, out. What is this issue called? You said X-Men Gala?
I don't know what Miles. I don't know what Miles got going on right there. I was like, is he still in like a spider suit?
Right. Yeah.
I was like, what is? Like, Miles, what you doing, dog?
He got some little Nas X.
There go a better picture of Miles fit right there, like the whole fit. Like,
oh yeah, that's hard. He flexing. Ooh.
I was like,
damn, is that Clea right above him? Doctor Strange's wife?
Yep, Doctor Strange's wife, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get that issue. That looked like an issue just to have in your collection for real.
It is. That's really
it's a once in a lifetime thing.
And they talk about like different little small like key events that happen and stuff like that. That boy Bishop showed out with the jacket. He where
cut the locks.
Yeah, like he cut his hair, but his what did he say something about oh yeah, he said his jacket was made out of the finest Wendigo, nigga. The villain.
DD hollering.
You kill Wendigo? Like what?
I mean, but we ain't seen Wendigo in years, so that makes sense.
But the finest Wendigo, though, not just normal Wendigo. The finest.
The finest Wendigo.
The finest Wendigo, like Egyptian silk and some shit. All right, then my big book for this week. Batman was for last week. Zardesky's Batman was last week. What a read that was. This week, that Daredevil won by Zardesky. So he got Zardesky's Batman. Now you got Zardesky's Daredevil.
Yep, this for Jeffrey.
Listen, this is what I wanted in a Daredevil book, and I could say that reading after Devil Reign, I was like, what are they gonna do after this? What are they gonna do after this event? You know, with Devil's Reign, Elektra taking up mantle with Daredevil and stuff like that. I really was like, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. Nope, Zardesky, he takes it up. He takes it up a notch, and he makes Daredevil darker. I love it. Bless me.
Excuse me, bless
you. When you think it can't get any darker, it does. And then the art gets good. And then aside from the art, then you get Spider-Man show up.
Yep.
And you can't usually go wrong where adult Peter Parker show up, not teenage Peter Parker, adult Parker. When adult Parker show up,
I had to make a TikTok. Last week showing basically how Spidey and Daredevil were best friends. They fought against each other a lot of times, and they fought with each other a lot of times. Man, you can't really, that's one of those bonds that don't get spoken of enough in comic books. Matt Murdock and Peter Parker.
Listen, it's just. Everything about this issue, man, was good, man.
Did it slap though?
So before we get on out of here, you know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all, y'all one recommendation for the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go first. My first recommendation for the people is from Unique Studios, just like my brother Spawn Prince was telling you about the comic book story that coming out of Africa from people. This is actually from an African company. You know what I'm saying? Unique Studios called The Windmaker.
Okay.
Called The Windmaker. King Bass is the main protagonist. And just like The Windmaker, or just imagine a black Aang, the last airbender, but he is a king and at war basically with tyrants all around the globe. And in that, you just think of it like that. But it's also connected to the comic book Malika that I've talked about a lot in my group. She's an African queen from a neighboring country. You know what I'm saying? This is a dope series, man.
I like it.
Yeah, it's from Unique Studios, man. The Windmaker. You know what I'm saying? That's my recommendation for y'all.
T, what you got?
It's a lot, man. Man.
One that you will read before any other book. Your recommendation, what you want people to read.
My recommendation to read before any other book. Oh man.
8 billion genies.
My recommendation before any other book. My recommendation for any other book that I would say on my pull, out of the 83 books on my pull list, the number one book I would still probably pick up before anything else would be Nightmare Country.
Okay.
Nightmare Country. Okay. Can't go wrong with some
actually,
horror.
And the reason, listen. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you two because they're both miniseries. Well, I don't know if Nightmare Country is a miniseries or not. I'm not sure yet. I don't know how far that's gonna go. But this is my thing. Nightmare Country. This is just book one. And out the gate, this book. Like, if you walked into a comic shop and you just picked this off the shelf without reading the synopsis, like my brother said, and not knowing anything about it, and you picked it up, this book will make you, after you read it, you're going to add it to your pool. You're going to add this to your pool. You're going to want to read the next ones, all the next books after this one, after you get this one. My thing with that is not a lot of books that does that with just issue one. But we've had, and I quote myself, we've had, 5? Nightmare Country being one of them. 8 Billion Genies being one of them. Grimm being one of them.
What's the name of that Dark Knight run too? Dark Knight of Steel
Dark
or
Knight
whatever
of
it
Steel.
was called?
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend that one. That wouldn't that's a slow getter goer. You know, it's like it's building up. I'm talking about book one out the gate was like, wow. You know, 8 Billion Genies was one for sure. Grimm was one. Nightmare Country was one.
Something Killing the Children.
Surprisingly, Do a Power Bomb was one.
Yeah, hey, that's I meant to pick that up, man. I ain't even start that shit yet. Damn, goddamn you.
Aside from like Image Boom and stuff like that, the sleeper, the biggest sleeper, book one was Black Adam. I would recommend this to anybody because of the creative team is phenomenal, and then two, how it reads. Book one of a 12 issue run is just like I was like, man, this ain't had no reason. Listen, this ain't had no reason opening up the way it did. Like, listen, this is what I'm gonna just give you a taste. This is what you get first page.
Mm-hmm.
You know how often you open a book, you get a Dark Side Black Adam first page fighting, not middle of the book,
Yeah, right.
end of the book,
First page.
first
First
page,
page.
and then it reads this good, you know, and then here's the killer. You get the cliffhanger where he's getting ready to transfer his powers to the African American boy, basically.
Let's see where it's going. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody that was in the Justice League or has been around for years is taking that seat.
Right.
I
I
like
think
it.
I think I think they just want some new legs. That's what I really think
Yeah.
it is. They just
Yeah.
want new legs.
All right, Mongo. What's your recommendation, brother?
You know what? Good question. Looking at my pools and what I'm going through now, if I had to pick, I would say because for a specific reason, one thing I'm actually enjoying on the low is Gunslinger Spawn. That Gunslinger Spawn series, man, it's to me it's cover to cover as far as nonstop. It's not really too much slow going in there. It has a good pace. You know what I mean? Because like
Mm-hmm.
how sometimes how I might judge a book is the thickness of the story. If it's shallow or not, like it's not really that's gonna move your emotions so much, or uh, when that make you think and challenge your cognitive. And then there's the action part. I mean, it's what I'm seeing in my, am I glued to the pages? Am I really to turn it? But yeah, I would say Gunslinger is a recommended sleep. And I'll
I'm gonna
tell
have
you,
to. I'm gonna have to catch up. I'm gonna have to catch up. We got to do an episode on Spawn and talk about like our
you
favorite
can,
arcs and shit.
you can. Yeah.
I
This
gotta
is
catch up.
crazy for me on. But yeah, and one thing I actually don't recommend. I'm still reading it, but it's about to get dropped. It's Twig. I don't know what the hype was about the Twig. I don't. It's slow. I love Scotty Young. This one I'm like I don't know what we so hype over right now. The art is beautiful, but the story ain't doing nothing. It ain't
Man,
matching.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, the shoes and socks they don't match. All right.
I got one more recommendation, man. Before we get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Man, that firepower, man, is really like, it's really one of the
Oh,
best stories out here, dog.
Firepower.
Firepower from Image, man. Man,
Mm.
that shit is so great, so crack, bro. I
Let me
oh
see.
recommend
man,
that.
Okay.
we giving out just one more recommendations. I found it. I had to dig it out real quick, but it's a 3 book series. But another one that hit book one was the magazine size Aquaman Andromeda
Really?
by Ram V and Christian Ward.
What? Man, that cover is great.
Listen,
I gotta
what
read to
I
this Ram
love,
B guy.
what is awesome about this? What's awesome about this book is it gives basically a what if glimpse of just how scary the ocean can be.
I like it. I love the
Man,
ocean.
I hate the ocean, man.
Just how scary the
I'm
ocean
glad
can be,
you love it. I'm glad you
and
love it.
Yeah. That's
and
interesting.
the ocean being the main place, and there's like parts of the ocean that's Aquaman basically for himself. He doesn't go to because it's dangerous, and he doesn't feel like fighting for days or weeks or months in that particular part of the ocean, so he don't go there.
We
Is a
live
prime
out there,
example of
so
that.
don't go there.
It's like
Okay.
but for anybody viewing and heard my brother Mongo say Gunslinger Spawn, don't listen to him. The book is garbage. It's complete trash. Uh, it's not worth your money, your time, or your energy.
Damn.
And
Don't
man,
buy it.
if anybody,
Don't read
listen,
it. Don't look
if
at it on
anybody
the shelf.
watches this show, if anybody watches the show, y'all know exactly why he's saying this.
Right.
All right.
If
So
anybody watches, y'all know exactly why he's saying
I
that.
don't know where he's coming from with this Gunslinger Spawn crap. All right,
Yeah.
but being the Spawn guy on the show, I can vouch that it is not what he claims that it is, and that y'all shouldn't even buy it. Y'all should not buy it. Do not support that book at all.
Damn.
By no means. Okay?
I love it. I love it.
That's my take on that. That's my take.
Man, well,
And final take on that: if you do just so happen to support it for whatever reason, just get first print cover A's. Don't get any variants. That's it. Don't buy the variant.
Yeah, you don't need none of the. All you want is a variance, bro. I get it. You got everything else. But I mean, either way, man, I thank y'all brothers for being on the show again and blessing us with y'all hoes, man. You know what I'm saying, and giving us y'all knowledge on the subjects that we discussed. But all in all, thank y'all too for listening. Remember to love yourself, love your family. Don't stress about the shit you can't control. And peace and blessings. Thank you, brothers, for attending, man. Y'all be safe.
You do the same, Doc.
You do sub. All right, y'all.
Man,